enjoy the music. Alright, family, welcome back. Hey, welcome to another edition of Economic News. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go courtesy of YahooFinance.com. Take a look at some of the futures markets. The S&P 500 futures is up about 5.75. The Dow futures is up 50 plus 51 points. Okay, and the NASDAQ futures are down about negative 2.25 points. Alright, we look at the Russell's 2000. She is up about 6.40 points. All right. Crude oil is down about negative 21 cents to about $42.83 an ounce. Gold is up right now. We went over to the European and Asian markets are open. They're up about $23.30 to about $1,955.90. All right. Silver is up about 48 cents. To about $27.50. Okay, and then well, let me double back. We kind of find it correlate. We kind of find it weird here that whenever you see the stock market going up, you see gold, precious metals going up. That's kind of odd, especially when demand for physical precious metals, gold, silver, palladium, platinum, titanium, all of them, copper. They're all going through the roof, and all of a sudden, but the stock market is going up. But then, with demand is soaring so high, gold prices they continue to drop. But in the pre-markets, you see them going up because the Asians and Europeans are trying, especially the Asians, are trying to drive the market, the precious metal price up. But we'll see what they do with it when the U.S. markets hit open on at about 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Look at the euro to U.S. dollar. It's up about 0.0069. Okay, the 10-year bond, the lane unchanged at about is flat at about 0.7460. The VIX is up about 1.78. The GBP to the U.S. dollar is up about 0.007. The U.S. dollar to the Japanese yen is down negative 0.468. All right. Take a look at some more exchanges. The FTSE 100 is down negative 28.11, and the Nikkei 225 is down 326.25. All right. Cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin in U.S. dollars is up $78.09 to about 11,408, and it's just fluctuating. It went down a little bit, but it's about around the $11,400 range. All right, the CMC Crypto 200 is down negative $3.98 to about $245.73. All right, that's it for the market news. Let's get into the actual real news. We're gonna focus on what's going on overseas in Germany right now. This is coming from the local D.com. This is the local German news site. That is the www.thelocal.de .de. All right. Germany's set to launch new universal basic income. There we go. The universal basic income. They're trying to do it in some cities here in the country to see how it reacts. All right. Germany is launching a new trial to find out how universal basic income affects the attitude and lives of those who receive it. As part of the pilot project, basic income pilot project study. 120 people will receive 1,200 euros each month for 3 years. All right. Researchers will compare the experience with other groups of 1,380 people will not receive the cash. It is being run by the German Institute for Economic Research, or DIW Berlin, and Min Grudenmin Kommen. My Basic Income, a startup based in Berlin. which has been giving opportunities to people for 1 year payment of $1,000 per month for 6 years now. All right. The aim is to gain a scientific understanding of how people's behavior and attitudes change when they receive money regularly without conditions. Reports Spiegel, who interviewed DIW research Jürgen Schupp. All right. Uh, to those who receive it, do those who receive it become lazy, creative, or they shorten their work hours or give up their job altogether? All right, that will happen to some people. Some people think, "Oh, I get all this free money, I'm good to go," and realizing that some people's rents and mortgages are well over the money that they're going to be getting. All right, researchers want to find 1 million acceptance by November. A total of 20,000 people will be randomly selected and extensively interviewed by their life situations. From that group, 1,500 people will be selected for a 3-year income experiment. A total of 120 will receive the basic income of 1,380 euros. Who will not get the money? Will form the comparison group. All right. It's set to kick off next spring. All right. So they're gonna try universal basic income to see how some people gonna react to it. And believe me, this is a pilot. This is one of the biggest pilot phases that they go ahead and say this is a success. Think about it, implemented the most all over Europe, and surely, since some people here in the U.S. are copycats, they're going to try again here in the U.S. All right, but don't fall for it. Think about it. If you get $1,300, they say you get the $1,200 a month every month. Some people gonna think that's a come up, but that ain't no come up, family. Trust me, that's not a come up because some people's rents and mortgages are well over $1,200. All right, especially if you got kids, young teenagers eat up a lot, especially teenage boys. All right, so don't be falling for that, family. All right, and so another story. This is by the GSI Exchange.com. All right, this is a Russian kind of a Russian paper slash Russia. All right, it's not. I'm sorry, my fault. The GSI Exchange.com. All right, it's not Russian. All right, this is their own market. All right, but the story is about Russia. All right, Russia encourages BRICS Alliance to dump U.S. dollar. If you hear something about the BRICS standard, that's an abbreviation for nations. That's Brazil, Russia, China, India, and South Africa. All right, the BRICS nations. All right. Russia encourages BRICS Alliance to dump U.S. dollar. All right. The de-dollarization of the world has already commenced. It's already happening. Get ready, folks, for they finally go ahead and dump the dollar as the world's reserve currency. All right. The Russian trade minister has called on the members of the BRICS Trade Alliance to increase the volume of settlements in national currencies to be more independent from Washington policies. All right. Denise Manitovo, all right, DENISMANTUROV, all right, suggested the possibility of boosting non-dollar settlement during a video conference with fellow BRICS trade ministers on Monday. According to Manitovo, all right, trade in national currencies is a key aspect of cooperation of the 5 nation alliances that include Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. All right. Manitovo called on fellow ministers to use the BRICS New Development Bank, all right, or NDB, more actively, which was specifically created for this purpose. The five nation bloc has a combined national nominal GDP of 21 trillion and represents more than 40% of the world's population. That's pretty much over the U.S. debt, and they can essentially say, okay, we cool and good to go. All right. All right, and a part of the story, we'll go read some of the editor's notes. Editor note, we warned about this in early 2016, the danger that the BRICS Alliance may dump the dollar, toppling its status as the world's reserve currency. Well, here is Russia Trade Minister urging the BRICS to use non-dollar settlement. Old news perhaps, but the consequences will be far-reaching and not good for the greenback. The dollar days are numbered, plain and simple. All right, this is why you see the precious metals getting jacked up. All right, despite what they're doing, some people are dragging it down, but some people are trying to keep it at the 1900 range, and then they're going to try to shoot it through the roof. So get your precious metals while you can. All right, but the U.S. dollar will be coming to an end soon. All right, it's already gotten started. All right, and then we'll take a look back here in the U.S. All right, this is going to go from the John Williams ShadowStats.com. All right, record collapse in second quarter 2020 GDP. Ease nominal and revisions, with even more weaker initial GDP and GDI and GNP reporting. All right, August 27th, the Bureau of Economic Analysis, or BEA, analyzed second quarter 2020 real gross domestic product. Broadest measure of the U.S. economics showed a revised collapse of negative 31.70%. Previously negative 32.90%, with a revised annual drop of negative 9.14%. All right. Broader gross national product. Broader gross national product. GDP net of the trade deficit in a factor income, interest, and dividends showed initial parallel respective declines of negative 34.48% and a negative 9.19%. All right. Gross domestic income. All right, so if you heard GDP, that is gross national product, and GDI is gross domestic income. All right, the income side equivalent to the product side GDP showed declines of negative 33.09%, including a negative 9.21%. All right, extended details. All right, and then we're gonna go down here to where they got this other one that is another article. August 27th, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell confirmed the FOMC will generate higher inflation for a while, somewhat after the fact. Okay, Federal Reserve Board. This morning, the FOMC announced a shift in policy whereby following periods when inflation has been running persistently below 2%. The current circumstances, appropriate monetary policy will likely aim to achieve inflation monetary above 2% for some time. Ferociously, such policies already are in effect. All right, having been in place on onset of the pandemic-induced economic financial collapse. All right, so we got news overseas that they're going to be doing universal basic income. We got the Russians trying to get the BRICS Alliance nations to go ahead and use their national currencies and trade and go ahead and dump the U.S. dollar. We'll go over it again. The BRICS nation are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. If you hear something, that's the BRICS Alliance nations. Okay. If you hear some of the PIGS nations, all right, that is PIGS. That is Portugal, Italy, Greece, and Spain. All right. They breaking off into their own alphabet increment and names and increments. All right, so we got all this news here, and then we got the U.S. back here in the U.S. They are reporting the revised numbers are coming down again. They keep revising these numbers down and down and down. All right. So with that being said, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button. If you leave a comment, constructive criticism is always good. We encourage it, even if you don't like it. Leave a constructive criticism comment. All right. So once again, thank you for joining for another Maryland Economic News. Take it easy, family. Take care of each other. All right, and be safe. Let's get it started.